Hey guys, so today I thought I would do a video on gyno, what it is and stuff like that. So I felt the need to do this video because Kenny K, if you don't know who he is, he kind of calls out people and he's kind of jumped on the bandwagon. So basically, Adesanya has got gyno. Now, obviously with gyno, so basically what gyno is basically it happens to men, and it's basically when they start to sort of grow breast tissue, so it can be to the extreme or it could be slight, and basically what can cause it can be like an imbalance in hormones, so that could be estrogen. I said too much estrogen, or or steroid. Not well, steroids can cause it because it can cause hormone balances anyway. But so it can be estrogen can cause it, and also the hormone balance in estrogen or in testosterone. Now, so that's basically what happens. So I need to point out, because it's one of those things that needs to be stopped, in saying that if you've got not gyno, you're 100% on steroids, because that's not the case. Because it's a medical condition that you can have and you don't need to be on steroids. Let's just say that it's something that you don't need to be on steroids to get it. You can naturally just have some kind of balance with your hormones. You don't have to be on steroids. Now, it is a sign that you are on steroids, and he could be. He could be on steroids. You don't know. He could take them. He could be on a cycle where he comes off and when he's training, he could be. But the problem is I have now is like people who are saying it means it's 100%. They're 100% in steroids, and that's utter bullshit. Like, I just need to point out, that's just utter bullshit. So I know this from first sight. So basically, my brother has it, but it's very, 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 very slight. Like, it's not something where, because there's procedures that you can have done to obviously remove the tissue and stuff, but it's not that bad. But it was a point where my mum noticed and she was slightly worried. She was stuck into the doctor and everything like that. But as I said, it's not severe, but I'm trying to make a point that you can get it if, you don't need to be on steroids, so it shouldn't be 100% thing. And it's not something that you have, like, it's not something that happens during, you're born with it. It's not something like that. It's something that can happen. And it's more likely to happen in your teens during puberty. It can happen at older age, because as you get older, your testosterone kind of drops down. But so you can still argue, well, maybe there is still a cause for, obviously, is probably on steroids, or this person's on steroids, or whatever. But it's not 100%, because as I said, anything can suddenly affect your hormones. Obviously, there could be an underlying issue, because really your body shouldn't just be doing that unless the reasons that I've just given, which can happen during obviously during puberty and as you get older. But again, it's just one of those things that kind of annoys me, where they say it's 100%, but it doesn't make it 100%. Now, I'm not a doctor. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just trying to say that it can happen, and you don't need to be on steroids. Something can, obviously steroids do change your hormone balances, but anything else can happen. Like, at one point I did say to my mum, maybe it's because he drinks soya milk, and obviously men don't like soya milk, especially ones that work out, because of their high, like, have estrogen in it, basically. So a guy's not really wanting to take estrogen, but basically the doctor was saying there's not enough estrogen in soya milk for that to happen. But guys still want to stay guys still want to stay away from it. So it's not even that. It just can happen. Unfortunately, it can happen to some people. As I said, steroids are the factor, but it doesn't 100% make sure. It doesn't make sure. Something else, but it doesn't 100% prove that person is on steroids or has been taking steroids, because as I said, there's other factors that can cause hormonal imbalances and everything like that. So I just really needed to just point that out. I just really needed to point that out, just to tell you people, it doesn't make people 100%. It would be a bit ironic though if he was on steroids. They always say whoever smells it dealt it. I know this is a little bit different because we're talking about farts at this point, but he's always, all through this process, has always been kind of, going on about Costa and his steroid use, because, look, do we need to say any more? Just look at the size of him. But it would be a little bit ironic if it turns out he is actually on it. But as I said, he does take it. But as I said, it's not having gyno isn't 100% thing to 100% say someone's on steroids. So that is basically why I just wanted to point that out. Just want to point that out and spread the word. There's other things that you can look out for if someone is on steroids. But people tend to just use that one the most, just because it's the most visibility sort of thing, but they don't seem to realise there's other factors that can cause hormone imbalances. But yeah, that's it for this video. So bye guys.